Processed meats such as sausages, bacon, hot dogs, and deli slices are deeply woven into many cultural diets, often viewed as convenient, flavorful, and satisfying options for breakfast, lunch, or casual meals. Yet beneath their salty, smoky appeal lies a disturbing reality. These foods are among the most consistently linked to chronic diseases in modern nutrition research. The risks associated with processed meats are not speculative or marginal. They are well documented, cumulative, and severe. Regular consumption of these products can significantly increase the likelihood of developing heart disease, colorectal cancer, high blood pressure, and other life-threatening conditions. These risks are not minor, and they are not distant possibilities. They are real, and they grow with every bite. Processed meats are defined by their preservation techniques: smoking, curing, salting, or the addition of chemical preservatives. These methods, while extending shelf life and enhancing flavor, also fundamentally alter the structure and safety of the meat. The result is a product that may be appealing to the taste but is biologically hazardous to the body. One of the primary culprits in this danger is sodium, used extensively in the preservation and flavoring process. A single serving of bacon or sausage can contain more than half the recommended daily intake of sodium. Excessive sodium intake is directly linked to hypertension, a silent but devastating condition that gradually damages blood vessels, increases the workload on the heart, and dramatically raises the risk of stroke, heart failure, and kidney disease. But the risks do not end with salt. Processed meats often contain nitrates and nitrites, chemical compounds used to prevent bacterial growth and maintain a pink or red color in the meat. When ingested, these compounds can convert into nitrosamines, particularly when the meat is cooked at high temperatures, such as frying or grilling. Nitrosamines are potent carcinogens. This link is not speculative. It is supported by decades of research. The World Health Organization has classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, meaning there is convincing evidence that they cause cancer in humans, specifically colorectal cancer. This places them in the same category as tobacco smoke and asbestos in terms of known cancer risks, a fact that should be far more widely acknowledged than it is. Colorectal cancer is not a minor disease. It is one of the most common and deadly cancers worldwide. The connection between processed meat and this disease has been demonstrated repeatedly. Even small, regular intakes, such as 1 or 2 strips of bacon a day, can increase risk significantly over time. The mechanisms are clear. In addition to nitrosamines, the high levels of heme iron in red meat can damage the lining of the colon, while the chronic inflammation triggered by meat-based compounds further fuels cellular damage and mutation. Heart disease is another devastating consequence of regular processed meat consumption. These meats are typically high in saturated fats and cholesterol, both of which contribute to the buildup of plaque in the arteries. But beyond the simple fat content, the inflammatory and oxidative stress from preservatives and cooking methods compounds the cardiovascular burden. Regular intake of processed meats is associated with significantly higher rates of coronary heart disease, myocardial infarction, heart attacks, and sudden cardiac death. This is not just due to overconsumption, but because these foods actively promote the very conditions that erode vascular health from the inside out. The consequences extend to metabolic health as well. Individuals who regularly eat processed meats are at a greater risk of developing insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. This is partially due to the inflammatory compounds present in these meats, as well as their effect on gut microbiota. Diets high in processed meat reduce microbial diversity and promote the growth of harmful bacteria in the digestive tract. This can disrupt the delicate balance of the gut, weakening immune function and encouraging systemic inflammation, both of which are strongly linked to chronic disease development. It's also important to consider the hidden toxicity of many of these products. In addition to known additives like nitrates, processed meats often contain other questionable ingredients, such as monosodium glutamate, MSG, artificial colorings, flavor enhancers, and stabilizers. The long-term effects of many of these additives are still not fully understood, but when consumed regularly in combination with other harmful components, they contribute to an overall toxic load on the body. The liver and kidneys must work overtime to filter and excrete these substances, leading to cumulative organ stress and dysfunction over time. For children, the risks are even more disturbing. Many school lunches, Family breakfasts and convenience snacks involve hot dogs, ham, or deli meats. But these early dietary exposures can set the stage for a lifetime of health problems. Children are more vulnerable to dietary toxins due to their developing organs and faster metabolic rates. Introducing these high-risk foods into their daily routine can accelerate the development of obesity, early signs of insulin resistance, and abnormal lipid profiles, all of which were once considered adult conditions. Processed meats are not only unhealthy in isolation, they displace healthier options. When someone reaches for a bacon sandwich or a plate of sausage links, they are typically not also eating vegetables, legumes, or whole grains. This dietary substitution effect means that processed meats don't just add risk, they also subtract nutritional opportunity. They are devoid of fiber, low in antioxidants, and generally lacking in essential micronutrients unless artificially fortified. Meanwhile, they push out the foods that support health, reduce inflammation, and prevent disease. The convenience and taste of processed meats should not overshadow the overwhelming evidence of their harm. While food companies continue to market these products aggressively, often hiding behind nostalgic imagery or convenience-based advertising, the science is unequivocal. These are not harmless indulgences. They are heavily engineered, chemically preserved, and biologically disruptive substances that have no place in a diet aimed at health or longevity. In the long run, the decision to continue consuming processed meats is not just about personal preference, it becomes a gamble with one's future. Each serving brings the body closer to dysfunction, disease, and decline. In a society already grappling with epidemics of cancer, heart disease, and diabetes, the continued normalization of processed meat consumption is nothing short of dangerous. The time to reconsider their place in the modern diet is now, before more irreversible damage is done.